E.J. Hayes Elementary School is a small school in Williamston, North Carolina that serves students in grades 3 through 5. I think the advantage of using blended learning in the classroom is it prepares every student for the 21st century, and it's aligned with the portrait of a graduate. Students will have to adapt, communicate, collaborate, and I really think it's important for them to see blended learning as an opportunity to accelerate learning for each individual student that is not only teacher facilitated, but curiosity facilitated as well.
The advantages of using blended learning in my classroom have been student engagement. They're excited when they come in because they want to know what fun things they get to do today and what they get to research. They get to choose their pathway, they get to choose what they're learning, but they also get to meet with me, which is important in small groups. And then I like to have a collaborative portion where they work together because they're a lot more willing to engage with the work when they can work with a friend.
Blended learning can support a diverse group of students because it incorporates different modalities of learning as well as provide more equity.
Today's educational landscape looks totally different than it used to. We have all types of kids, ESL, EC, AIG, and they're all within the same classroom, which is great. But it does present its own set of challenges, and you want to meet all those kids where they are and provide them with what they need. And that can be really tricky, but blended learning does allow for that.
The way that I like to structure the collaboration for blended learning for teachers is approaching it through their curriculum. I try to problem solve with them, figuring out what they have in their toolbox first, and then enhancing it with blended learning opportunities. So it could be a station rotation. It could be something like within like a flex model, but it just also depends on where their students are at and the culture that they've created within their classroom. But I try to steer them in the direction of, well, how can we have our students be the center of the engagement strategies where they are, on a pathway of mastery.
It allows me to do lessons that can provide extra enrichment activities for AIG students. It allows me the flexibility to add in stuff for my EC students that might need that extra support and scaffolding. And it allows me to utilize online things that can make it work for my ESL and ELL students because they need way more support than a lot of the other kids. So blended learning allows me to go out and find that support for them and bring it into my lesson and incorporate it, and it works for everybody at the same time.
The advice that I would give to other schools who are beginning to implement blended learning is to take the time to front load the purpose of technology, how we could use technology and the technology tools that we have available. Because I think that once they have that understanding of technology, teachers can begin to think a little bit more outside of the box. Sometimes you gotta go look for things to keep them engaged, and blended learning offers that.
It has every student being able to approach the material in different ways where they're not everybody's feeling defeated or not everybody's all having success. We're all moving towards a path of learning. We're all moving towards a path of growth mindset as well. And I think that really has transformed classrooms and students understanding that they're responsible for their learning and moving forward, and that my teacher is there to help me build that confidence and move me through that by questioning me, by helping me, but not by giving me the answers, but allowing me to discover.
Having them take ownership over their own learning is huge because they are ready to learn on their own. They have the tools, they're confident enough to go seek out the answers.
When students love what they do and they feel challenged and are able to push themselves, it creates a student that can think critically. So in regards to how it's impacted academics and achievement, it's made our kids love learning a lot more because they're being challenged.